We are the creators of our reality, so we might as well practice our creativity and get really freaking good at it, right? That's my logic anyway, and that's why I'm doing the artist way. This is week 2 for me and everything I experienced and how it's going for me. If you want to follow along and do the artist way with me, you can do so in my community, The Alchemist Circle. Link is in my description box to join. So excited to see you there. Let's hop into week 2. To be honest, I spent most of this week sick. I was so freaking sick. I laid in bed pretty much every single day. I don't know what I caught. I'm still recovering now, but that was really fun. Continue to do my morning pages, however, every single morning, showing up, pen to paper, 3 pages, and it just keeps getting easier and easier. So that was great. I also took a beautiful artist date, which we will talk about in a minute. But first, let's talk about the reading and what I experienced. This week's reading was a lot about crazy makers in your life and people who try to pull you away from your creativity. Luckily, I don't feel like I really have any of those in my life. I am a mom to a toddler, so she's not really a crazy maker, but she does pull my energy away from my creativity and my art sometimes. And I realize it's also a process of me allowing that to happen. And oftentimes we allow people to pull us away from our creativity. And it's about taking our time back, taking our power back, and being able to create what we desire to create no matter the circumstances. Setting boundaries, putting people in their place so we have our time to create, which I really love that. And I really feel like this is so freaking true. I was reading through the book and there was a moment that just really hit me, like so deep, so emotional, and I'm going to talk about that now.
I did not expect to be crying. I am sick and I have been the last little bit, which has thrown me off from, the week that I desired to have through the artist way. But it's taught me a lot, and this book is mirroring exactly what it's been teaching me. In week 2, she's talking about the act of being in the present moment and paying attention to everything that's happening right now and really feeling okay in that moment. And she said she writes a lot about pain because that is how she learned to be in the present moment, is through pain. And I feel the same. I feel like I have been going through life just like running, doing the things, checking the boxes, really not being in the present moment. And now that I've been sick, it's been so much harder for me to do the things that I've wanted to do, and it's been a very painful experience. However, I am so keyed into the little good things that can cheer me up, like a bowl of hot soup and the smile on my daughter's face when she sees me in the morning, and the beautiful patterns of the wood on my gorgeous dresser in front of me. Just the tiny small things that make the present moment so beautiful, because that's what it is. That's what life is about, and that's truly what being an artist is about, is paying attention and noticing every small detail. And I'm doing it. A little different than I would have anticipated, but I'm doing it, and I'm so thankful.
Before we get into the tasks, I just want to talk about some things that I'm noticing this week. I noticed myself filling my time with more creative endeavors. I have been sick, like I said, laying in bed all day, but I chose to watch Twin Peaks, which is a very creative, fun, silly show that's very unique, which I felt like is feeding my artist as I watch it. And also, I'm not just sitting there mind-numbing in TV. I've been working on this painting. I have been playing guitar. I have been crocheting. I've been like doing little creative acts even though I don't feel absolutely wonderful. And it's been great. It's been so good. I've been getting back on the pole every day. really getting in touch with my dancer side, which I have neglected for a very long time, and I know that dancing is a great way to put me in flow state and connect with my artists, so love that. I'm really happy about what's happening in my life already. This is just week 2, so I know that there's so much more to come, but let's keep going. So for the first task, she invites you to read the basic principles every morning and every night and notice what shifts are happening. For me, I already know the basic principles are true. I can feel that in my body since the first time I read them, so this hasn't been super major for me. The next thing she invites you to do is figure out where your time is going. Is it going to things that you should be doing, things that you desire to do? Like, where are you spending your time? I was sick for most of the time, so I want to redo this next week when I'm feeling better, but still, I noticed that I was still giving a lot of time to my creativity, which was awesome. I obviously still spend my time cleaning my house, being a mom, doing other things, but I'm also noticing that the way that I spend my time is not fully aligned with the goals that I have for myself, with the life that I desire, with my future vision. So I'm going to intentionally, as we go into the new year, plan out more time and energy spent on creating my dreams, creating my goals. I have a dream and a goal to travel to Asia for 3 weeks, and I haven't done anything about it. No researching it, no like booking flights, none of that. So putting my time and energy into what I desire to create is going to serve me well, I can tell. Next thing she does is invite you to make like a safety map. So you draw a circle and put everything that you are protecting and the people that are supporting you on the inside of the circle. And on the outside of the circle, put who you cannot share these dreams with, your goals, your creativity with. She asks you to put it up by your morning pages and add to it throughout this process as you think of more people that you cannot be talking about your stuff with. I'm pretty open, but I do have 3 names on the outside that I will not be sharing my dreams and goals with, and that's fine by me. Next, she invites you to list 20 things that you enjoy doing. These are great ideas for your artist date. So I have my 20 things I enjoy doing: roller skating, rock climbing, laying in nature, painting, dancing, yin yoga, looking at flowers, learning new skills, singing, playing guitar, making things, going to coffee shops, dressing up and eating delicious food, reading, riding horses, snowboarding, meditating, shopping, making mocktails, and playing pickleball. I could honestly think of like a million more, but here's just some of the things. And then she asks you to put next to each thing when the last time you allowed yourself to do that thing was. And honestly, I'm doing pretty well. Like, a lot of these things I've done recently. Some of them it's been a few years, and I think the things that I'm going to prioritize are the things that it's been a long time since I've done them. Like snowboarding, horseback riding, playing guitar. I started doing it again, so that's good. Rock climbing. And these are things I'm going to think about when I plan my next artist date, so I can go and fulfill this pleasure that I've been missing out on, which is fun. Next, she invites you to write 2 favorite things that you've avoided that could be this week's goals. So I actually put a star next to shopping and looking at flowers because it's really been a while since I've done those things. And I'm gonna plan to do them this week. Maybe go shopping in a beautiful botanical garden near my home and just really connect with that energy. With it being winter outside, haven't been able to look at plants the way I desire, and I love connecting to nature, so I think this will be a really good practice. Next, she invites you to dip back into the affirmations you created last week and read all of them and see which one has the most reaction to you. For me, when I read I, Alethea, am always in the right place at the right time, that gave me a reaction. Like, who are you? Are you really? So I've been working with that. I've been doing EFT tapping on patients and really trusting in the universe, trusting where I'm at and being able to surrender. And I think that that is really doing stuff to me. I did a huge tapping on trusting yesterday and I took an hour nap, so I think it worked. Now she wants you to return to your list of imaginary lives, which I said I was going to work on being a pop star last week. With me being sick, I turned more into a healer, which was another one of my lives. And I practiced healing. I practiced breath work. I practiced drinking medicinal teas and taking hot baths and really healing myself from the sickness. So it's not always the things that you want to do that come up. Sometimes it's the things that you need to do that will come up. So I needed to tap more into my healer energy, and I was able to do so. I started playing Louise Hay overnight meditations as I slept for me and my daughter, and it was so healing and helpful. Truly, Louise Hay, I think you healed me from my sickness. So this was great. I loved it. So I added more lives to my lives. She asked you to do 5 more, and I put a fairy, a painter, a DJ, a circus performer, and a burlesque dancer. And she invites you to start to do each one of these lives a little bit more every day. As you can tell, I am doing the vintage burlesque dancer look, and it feels really good and fun. Like, okay, I went and bought hair rollers, cut my hair, did this whole style just to kind of embody that vintage looks that I love so much. And I've been, playing with these things, painting, DJing. I need to learn. So if anyone wants to send me some DJ equipment, I will take it, okay? Next, she invites you to draw a circle and do a little life map with work, friends, romance and adventure, exercise, spirituality, and play. And then you put dots on the map of where you are in each area. And I was shocked to see that all of mine are pretty low. I mean, I always think that I have such a beautiful, fulfilling life. And in a lot of ways I do, but I know that I'm lacking so many things, and doing this was so eye-opening to me. So I'm excited to see how this progresses. Maybe in later weeks we'll come back to this. I'm not so sure. So that was a great practice. And then finally, she invites you to do 10 tiny changes, things that you would like different in your life, which is fun. So she wants you to put them in I would like to format. So here are my 10 tiny changes. I would like to get brand new luxury bedding. I would like to get new bath towels. I would like to buy a nice pair of boots. I would like to hire a cleaner. I would like to get a light box for filming. I would like to get new face towels. I would like to get a signature tinted lip balm. I would like to buy a new eyebrow pen. I would like to quit my bartending job, and I would like to clean out Alaska's closet, which is my daughter. She then invites you to pick one of these things and do them. So I picked the signature tinted lip balm because I just love to look good. When I look good, I feel good. I'm more apt to create, to be motivated to do what I want to do in the world. So I went to the store and I got this lip balm, which I'm wearing now, and I also got an eyebrow pen. So I was able to knock 2 things off of this list. And really it was wonderful. I had such a great time. She invites you to do the weekly check-in, which I did here, and that brings me to my artist date. So let's see how that went. For my artist date, I went to a luxury hotel in my city, and I brought a list of 60 questions for where I'm going in life. My entire goal with doing the Artist Way is to create my dream life. And yes, that requires me being more in touch with my creative artsy side, but it also requires me getting more in touch with my vision and my goals and what I can do to get there. So I have a list of 60 questions that really help me tap into every single piece of my life and what I want to bring into that life, what I want to create, who I want to be, what I need to do to make that happen. And I sat in that luxury hotel for over an hour and I answered these questions. I dressed as my future self, so elegant, so gorgeous, and I really just tapped into the energy of luxury and answered these questions. It felt so good. I know where I'm headed, I know what I need to do, and the best part about this artist date was I went home and I implemented some of the things that I wrote down immediately. I had been neglecting myself, like working out and exercising, my health and my body for a while, and as soon as I came home, I set a plan to wake up and do pole every single morning, right after my morning pages, so I can get more in touch with my body and more in touch with play and more in touch with dance, and I literally have been doing it every day since, so cheers to that. This artist day was a little more simple. There wasn't really a lot going on. It was more me connecting with my future vision, which was fun. No notes there. The hotel was beautiful. I felt beautiful. I felt so open to possibility and wonder, which was exactly what I needed. So cheers to that. The very last question she asks as we wrap up week 2 is, was there anything else you noticed that was important for your creative recovery? And for me, there was. When I was sick, I found myself complaining a lot, complaining that I was in pain, complaining that I didn't feel good, complaining that I couldn't really do the things that I wanted to do. And it was negative self-talk, and I noticed that I was doing it a lot. And so that's when I began listening to the Louise Hay meditations overnight. Her whole thing is like love and pouring love into everything, and that's something that I really was missing, that I needed to bring more of into my life, and it was something I loved that I'm still doing to this day and I plan to do for a long time, is just adding more love into my life. And it kind of ties back into my week 1 artist date. The fairy oracle card that I pulled was kindness, and it was all about opening your heart to love and seeing more love in the world. So it really tied back in, and I'm noticing this is a recurring theme so far, is opening myself to love is going to help my creative recovery so much. So yeah, that's it. I hope I can open myself to all the love in the world. If you want to join in with me and do the artist way, again, link is in my description box. Join my community. We can do it together. It will be tons of fun. And I'd love for you to comment 3 tiny changes that you would like to make in your life today, and then go and do one of them now, so you can get a move on it. Little upgrades really lead to big upgrades in the future. If you love this video and you want to keep following along for the rest of my 12-week journey, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon.